Released only a year after Generations, Ultimate Ninja Storm 3 is the next mainline Naruto game, even though the ending is non-canon, but we'll get to that. This is the start of Naruto games I've never played, since by this point, I had already dropped off the yearly releases. Unlike the last few games that had 50 trophies, this game has 55 due to what were originally DLC trophies being added to the main list for the trilogy release. So if I want the platinum, I'm gonna have to get them too. Like in the first two Storm games, the majority of trophies come from Ultimate Adventure, so that's where we'll start. Instead of starting where Storm 2 left off, we start at the absolute beginning of Naruto when the Ninetales attacked. Except now we get more insight into how it was stopped. Minato Namikaze, the 4th Hokage, is about to fight the Ninetales when he gets ambushed by a masked man. Immediately, we get introduced to a new feature of this game, Ultimate Decisions. During pivotal fights, I'll be given a choice of how I want to continue. There'll be two paths to choose from, Legend and Hero, which each have their own difficulty. For now, I'll choose Hero and get put in a giant boss battle against the Ninetales as the 3rd Hokage. I have to hop between buildings to avoid attacks and get in big damage when I can. When I do enough damage, a cutscene starts with some QTEs I need to hit to get stars. I do the same thing for phase 2, where I get enough stars and finish the battle with an S rank. At first, I thought choosing the hero path would only have me fighting the Ninetales, but I still have to fight the masked man. Turns out the different paths just add points to upgrade ninja tool sets. In the fight against the masked man, there's a secret action I can get by using my ninjutsu when the secret action icon pops up. This gets me the first trophy for performing a secret action. Then about a minute later, I finish the fight, and because I got enough stars in the fight before, I unlock a secret factor, which is just a flashback, and get a trophy for unlocking my first secret factor. I see I got another S rank, and get a trophy for getting an A rank in this mission, and a trophy for getting an S rank in this mission. Yeah, each boss fight has 2 trophies relating to it. By getting the secret factor, I also got a ninja info card, which gets me another trophy for getting a 5-star ninja info card. Something quick I want to explain is that in this game, boss battles cover multiple fights. Like how for this first boss, I had to fight both the Ninetales and Masked Man to finish the boss fight. These were the only 2 fights for the prologue, so after a cutscene ends, I get a trophy for completing the prologue. Continuing where the Pain arc left off, the Leaf Village is in shambles and slowly being rebuilt. Naruto and co are heading to Ichiraku when Kiba shows up to tell us Tsunade has been dismissed as Hokage and replaced with someone named Danzo. Danzo has also labeled Sasuke a rogue ninja because of that time he hunted down Killer Bee. Naruto wants to talk to Danzo, but Yamato gets in his way. Every fight from now on will have bonus conditions that I'll try to do. Most will just give me items, but some will give me timeline pages that I'll need for later. Another new feature in this game is when I finish a match with an ultimate jutsu, a quick cutscene will play. This is called an ultimate jutsu finish, and I get a trophy for finishing a match with one. It seems Danzo isn't even in the village and has headed for the 5 Kage summit. Naruto plans to go there and ask the Raikage to forgive Sasuke since Killer Bee is his younger brother. At the 5 Kage summit as well is Sasuke and his squad being helped by Zetsu, another Akatsuki member. He's helping them find a way to sneak in, but we'll come back to this. Naruto and co find the Raikage and, as planned, ask him to forgive Sasuke. This leads into a fight where I abuse chakra dash cancelling and get a trophy for doing a 50-hit combo. Madara Uchiha then shows up for a fight and after tells Naruto the truth about Itachi. While that's happening, Sasuke infiltrates the summit, but everyone already knows he's here since Zetsu sold him out. I have a quick fight against the Raikage, then a boss battle begins. It's 3 different fights, starting with Gaara. I got an S rank easily, then move on to a type of battle new to this game. They're called mob battles, and they allow me to fight multiple enemies at once. To make the movement more fluid, when I beat an enemy, I can hit a QTE to get behind another enemy. I bring this up because I get a trophy for doing it for the first time. I have to choose a path to go down, which leads me to another ultimate decision. The hero path is much easier with less enemies, so I'll do that. By defeating enemies, I fill a burst gauge, and by using it, I get a trophy for using a burst attack for the first time. I make it to the end of the mob battle and get another S rank. Sasuke almost gets to Danzo, but the Mizukage gets in the way. She's the last fight, and honestly, the easiest. She only hit me once, and it wasn't even her. it was one of her supports. I get another S rank, which gets me the trophy for getting an A rank in this mission, and the trophy for getting an S rank in this mission. This was the last battle of the chapter, so after a cutscene where Madara declares the 4th grade ninja war, I get the trophy for completing chapter 1. Naruto needs some time to think about what Madara said about Itachi, and has a flashback to when he met him before. This also includes a fight before I come back to the present. Before I go back to Kakashi, I talk to this merchant and give him a blueprint I got earlier. This gets me a trophy for adding new items to the shop. I go back and find Sakura's here with company. She's here to essentially tarnish her whole character. She tells Naruto she loves him so he'll stop chasing Sasuke. He sees through it immediately and tells her to quit it. Then she gets mad and leaves all pouty. A clone of Sai stays behind to tell us Sakura's actual plan. She and the others plan to kill Sasuke themselves. What a dumb plan. A side battle happens with Killer Bee against Kisame, where Bee takes Kisame's sword, Shark Skin, but let's get back to the main plot. Gaara tells Naruto what happened at the summit, and instead of letting him go, Yamato traps him in a cage. Are they forgetting what this show is called? We catch up with Sakura, and it turns out the plan is even dumber than I thought. Sakura plans to put everyone to sleep and kill Sasuke herself. And then when Sai outs her, Lee and Kiba still fight on her side. Sakura was done so dirty in this arc. After the fight, Sakura does exactly what Sai said she'd do and puts everyone to sleep. So stupid. At the summit, Sasuke fights Danzo, but before he can strike the killing blow, Danzo takes Karin hostage. And what does Sasuke do? He shoots a Chidori blade through both of them. Danzo self-destructs, trying to take Sasuke with him, to no avail. Naruto wants to talk to Sasuke, but to do that, he has to go through Yamato. This is the second time I've had to fight Yamato because he won't let me pass. Sasuke goes to finish off an injured Karin when Sakura stops him, saying she wants to join him. He'll believe her if she finishes off Karin herself. Obviously she can't, so let's see how that plan of hers works out. I may have won in the fight, but if Kakashi hadn't shown up, Sakura was a goner. Then Sakura tries to kill Sasuke again, but stops at the last second. She would have been dead again if it wasn't for Naruto. My god, stop destroying her character. Now that Naruto's here, we can have the boss battle between him and Sasuke. It's a normal fight at first, but when I do enough damage, I need to choose a path. For now, I'll choose Hero, but I'll eventually have to come back and do the other one too. Once I'm in this flashback, I need to use my ninjutsu from far enough away, so Sasuke does the same. This causes a secret action to happen. Now I do QTEs to get enough stars and see the secret factor. The fight ends and I get an S rank, which gets me the trophy for getting an A rank in this mission and the trophy for getting an S rank in this mission. This was the last battle of the chapter, so after everyone gets back to the village, I get the trophy for completing chapter 2. Madara wants the tail beasts inside Naruto and Killer Bee, so the 5 Kage plan to hide them both on an island in the Hidden Cloud village. Before leaving, I have a training match with Guy because, well, it's Guy, what do you expect? Kabuto joins forces with Madara, showing off his reanimation jutsu on some of the Akatsuki. This will come into play later. Naruto and Ko make it to the island and meet Killer Bee. Naruto wants Bee to help him control the Ninetales, but he says no way and to meditate at the Waterfall of Truth. Naruto does that and meets an evil version of himself. I have a fight against it, but it's not enough to conquer the hate in Naruto's heart, so I have to find Bee again. If I beat him, he'll give me another hint, so that's what I'll do. I beat him, or I guess I didn't, because it was just a clone. Either way, he still gives me a hint. Naruto needs to accept the hate is a part of him, instead of trying to reject it. I have another fight against the evil version where he does just that. Killer Bee oversees what just happened and agrees to be Naruto's instructor. This ends the chapter, and I get a trophy for completing chapter 3. This next chapter is only one fight, a boss battle against the Ninetales. As soon as the fight starts, I'm immediately met with an ultimate decision. I'll again be picking the hero path since I'll get Killer Bee as a support. I need to dodge his attacks until I can get in and do big damage. Basically the same deal as when I fought the Ninetales at the beginning of the game, except now I have Killer Bee's help, which does a ton of damage when he's available, which doesn't last long since he leaves soon into the fight. With Killer Bee gone, I keep doing the same strategy until the first cutscene starts. I hit some QTEs when Naruto tries to take the Ninetales chakra but gets overcome with hatred. Out of nowhere, chains come up and subdue the Ninetales. It's the help of Naruto's mom, who I can now use as a support in phase 2. As the fight goes on, the Ninetales will slam his tail down, and if I dodge it, I can steal some of his chakra to use an ultimate jutsu. I keep this up until the second cutscene where I get enough stars and see the secret factor. I successfully steal enough chakra and give Naruto a new form while I'm at it. The fight ends and I got an S rank, which gets me the trophy for getting an A rank in this mission and the trophy for getting an S rank in this mission. Plus another trophy for getting an S rank in 4 boss battles. They're just giving these out now. After a lengthy cutscene with a lot of exposition, seriously, this is like 40 minutes of cutscenes. The chapter ends and I get a trophy for completing chapter 4. Now that Naruto has this new form, he can sense chakra similar to Sage Mode, and he immediately sees through Kisame's ploy. In his fight with Killer Bee, Kisame hid himself inside Shark Skin to gather intel for the Akatsuki. He escapes out of the waterfall, only to find Guy waiting for him. I have a fight against Kisame, then the others come out to surround him. He doesn't see a way out, so he blows himself up, while also making sure the intel gets to the Akatsuki. While that's happening, Madara visits Konan, wanting to know the location of Nagato. She isn't telling him, which of course leads to a battle. Konan puts up a good fight, but Madara has that plot armor, so she gets taken out. Killer Bee continues to train Naruto, then takes him back in the waterfall, so he won't sense the war happening outside. They're going to regret that, since, with the intel Kisame sent, Kabuto knows Naruto is here. He reanimates Deidara when the Tsuchikage and his aides show up. During a fight, one of them slips out unnoticed to follow Kabuto. Yamato shows up too for the fight. It seems we beat him, but turns out it was just a clone, and the actual Kabuto kidnaps Yamato. This ends the chapter, and I get a trophy for completing chapter 5. Kabuto officially releases all of his reanimated ninja, including former Akatsuki members, Jinchurikis, Kages, and strong ninja of the past. He also used Yamato's wood-style chakra to make an army of Zetsus. Needless to say, most of the fights coming up will be against these reanimated ninja. We'll start with Kankuro. He stumbles into Deidara and Sasori and does what I think is the biggest flex. Sasori pulls out a dead ninja he's using as a puppet, but then Kankuro pulls out Sasori's old puppet body. That can't have felt good to see. Mifune takes on another reanimated ninja in Hanzo. This fight was so annoying, but it's only due to the bonus condition. Mifune's ultimate jutsu goes nowhere, so I have to use it point blank. What stings more is I didn't even need to do it. I only got an item out of it. What a waste. Kakashi meets Zabuza and Haku again in a touching meeting, only to be interrupted by Kabuto, forcing them to fight. This is the first fight I have against Zabuza. After this, the 7 ninja swordsmen of the mist get summoned, and this is part 1 of a boss battle. I met with an ultimate decision, and this time, I'm actually going legend for once. It'll be a lot harder of a fight, but easier to get an S rank. This path acts as a mob battle, where it's essentially a 7 against 1. I'll spam dynamic entry whenever I can, and use my ultimate when they're knocked down. It definitely gets a bit hectic with this many enemies. I make the mistake of not using ointments before the battle ends and get a C rank, which means I'll have to come back to this fight since it's now impossible to get an S rank for the boss. The second part of the boss battle is another fight against Zabuza. It starts as a normal fight going into the first cutscene when Haku again takes a lightning blade just like he did before. Then phase 2 intercuts with flashbacks to their fight at the Land of Waves. There's 2 secret actions to do here. One is by using a substitution when Zabuza uses hidden mist jutsu, and the other is by using my ninjutsu when I see Zabuza using his. By the time the second cutscene starts, I already have more than enough stars to see the secret factor. When I see it, I get a trophy for unlocking 4 secret factors. The fight ends, and I see I got an S rank, which only gets me the trophy for getting an A rank in this mission. Like I said, I'll have to come back to this one. This was the last battle of the chapter, so I also get the trophy for completing chapter 6. I have another mob battle where I need to make my way to 2 more reanimated ninja. A bunch of Zetsus get in my way, but I can just skip them. What I can't skip is when Kakuzu stops me. He's like the appetizer before the main course, Lords Kinkaku and Ginkaku. This is another mob battle type boss, but luckily, there's no secret factor or trophy for it. Shikamaru's squad is on the scene, and unfortunately, the reanimated ninja they have to fight is their old sensei, Asuma. Funnily, when I summon Choji as a support, he refuses to fight Asuma. Or maybe it's not funny. Kind of sad actually. After this fight, Choji mans up and fights Aosama himself in his awakened state. This is a boss battle that also doesn't have a trophy for it, but there is a secret factor I need to get by hitting QTEs. There's only one cutscene this time, but I still comfortably get enough stars and see the secret factor. Madara shows up to the battlefield and summons a giant ghetto statue. Choji uses Super Expansion Jutsu to basically make this a giant kaiju fight. This is the third boss battle of the chapter, except this one has both a secret factor and trophy, which means I have another ultimate decision to make. I'm going with Hero since I'll get a support. The ghetto statue throws out electric attacks during the fight that I need to dodge to wait for an opening. Sometimes it'll let out a huge surge and tire itself out. This is when the first and only cutscene starts. I get enough stars, see the secret factor, and end the fight with an S rank, which gets me the trophy for getting an A rank in this mission, and the trophy for getting an S rank in this mission. This was the last battle of the chapter, so I also get the trophy for completing chapter 7. Back at the waterfall with Killer B, Naruto is still training when he feels a disturbance. Of course, what he's feeling is the war happening outside, so to distract him, B tries taking him deeper into the waterfall. This doesn't work, but before Naruto can make it outside, Iruka stops him. Naruto still slips by, so Iruka spills the beans. This makes Naruto charge headfirst towards the battle with B following him. Tsunade and the Raikage get in their way when B offers to fight his brother. This is another boss battle with only a secret factor. It's a quick fight with only one cutscene like the ones before. I have one more fight against the Raikage with Naruto before he lets me pass. This ends the chapter, and I get the trophy for completing chapter 8. Naruto and B stumble into a reanimated Itachi and Nagato, and while the reunion is touching, it's cut short by Kabuto making them fight. I fight Itachi first, and then Nagato. While Nagato gets sealed back up, Itachi manages to undo the spell, then goes off on his own. Near the Sand Village, a group of reanimated past Kages appear, with one of them being Gaara's father. They head towards Gaara and the Tsuchikage, and here's where a bunch of battles back to back take place. There's a separate fight against each of the Kages until Naruto shows up to fight the last one himself. All's well until it's seen that the second Tsuchikage used a jutsu to escape being sealed. Kabuto takes over his body and uses reanimation to summon someone. That someone is apparently the actual Madara Uchiha. I have a fight against him, which surprisingly isn't a boss battle, given how much of a menace he is. He summons his own Susanoo and chucks not one, but 2 planet-sized boulders at the Tsuchikage. Luckily, the other Kage show up in the nick of time, and all 5 Kage stand their ground against Madara. This is where the chapter ends, and I get the trophy for completing chapter 9. Chapter 10 picks up immediately where chapter 9 left off, and this is where we get into non-canon territory. This game was being developed while the manga was still ongoing, so at this point, no one knew what came next, so the devs basically had to wing it. The result is an ending where most of it never happened in the manga/anime, so it's considered non-canon. I'll talk more about it as we go. The 5 Kage are still standing against Madara, and this is a boss battle that does have a trophy. Because it's Madara and he's kinda special, this battle has multiple phases. The first few phases are normal fights with some added difficulty of either needing a support to bring Madara down or flaming boulders falling from the sky. After this, Madara summons his Susanoo and blows out the floor from under us. Gaara catches everyone on sand clouds, and I met with an ultimate decision. That difficulty of legend is insane, so I'm going with Hero. On the sand cloud, I now need to fight Madara while dodging his attacks. Once the 6 symbols on his Susanoo have been destroyed, he becomes vulnerable to damage for a bit. Doing this 3 times begins the only cutscene where each Kage does their own attack against him. Luckily, there's plenty of opportunities to earn stars, so I see the secret factor easily. I get an S rank and get the trophy for getting an A rank in this mission, and the trophy for getting an S rank in this mission. Madara makes for a tactical escape and basically says this fight is to be continued. Yeah, what actually happened is Madara beat the 5 Kage and left them on the verge of death, like they never stood a chance. Coming up next is the endgame, so before I do that, I'm going to buy some ointments so I can heal myself mid-battle. In the first fight, Toby has with him all former Jinchurikis. I met with the last ultimate decision, and I'll once again go the hero path. Splitting the fight into a 1 vs 3 will make this much easier. I have the 3, 6, and 4 tails to take on. I beat them in that order while making sure my health is at max before I finish the fight. This guarantees an S rank, which is important since this last set of fights all make up one boss battle and it's the toughest in the game. The second fight is by far the hardest since I'm against each of the Jinchurikis in their tailed beast form. And the best part? I can't use any items during this fight. Luckily there are checkpoints, so if I lose enough health, I can just try again. The first phase is the 2 and 3 tails. I take out the 2 tails with normal attacks, then wait for the 3 tails to start spinning towards me. Using Killer Bee's support cancels it out and lets me get in some attacks. I do this same pattern until Toby comes down for his turn. The first cutscene starts where in the end, I get eaten by the 4 tails. Naruto lands in a place where only Jinchuriki and tailed beasts are allowed. Here we learn of all the Jinchuriki's names and the names of the tailed beasts. After some encouraging words, they send me back up for an official fight with Toby. Doing enough damage causes him to send out the 5 and 6 tails. The same strategy from before applies here. I'll take out the 5 tails first with normal attacks and Killer Bee, then focus on the 6 tails. Beating both gets me another rematch with Toby. During both fights against him, Kurama, the 9 tails' name, has been blabbering in my ear about earning its trust. It still won't help me, and now I'm up against the 4 and 7 tails. These are the worst so far, with the 4 tails charging me and the 7 tails constantly blasting me. I lose too much health and load checkpoint by habit to an unpleasant surprise. Yeah, the checkpoint is before the fight with the 5 and 6 tails. So every time I retry, I have to do this part again too. The strategy I used is to charge the 4 tails immediately and use normal attacks with Killer Bee to take it out as fast as possible. Then I spam the 7 tails with Demon Wind Shuriken while I wait for Bee support to come back since I can't hit it with normal attacks because it's flying. Now I have one final fight against Toby before this part of the fight ends. I'm at enough health, so I should at minimum get a B rank. I don't know how, but I got an S rank. Not complaining, since that gives me a ton of leeway for the next 2 fights. Kurama finally gives Naruto another power boost with a new form, which I am just now learning is called Kurama mode. In this next fight, I'm in tailed beast mode against every single other tailed beast again. The good news is if I charge my chakra to full, I can use a tailed beast bomb, which will 2-shot any of the tailed beasts. I'm still trying to keep my health at least near full to get an S rank, so I do load checkpoints a few times to be safe. I finish with basically full health and get a guaranteed S rank. The last fight is thankfully the easiest. It's a simple one-on-one against Toby when I can use items again. Getting his health low enough starts the last cutscene where I get enough stars and see the last secret factor of the base game. The fight ends and I get another S rank, which gets me the trophy for getting an A rank in this mission and the trophy for getting an S rank in this mission. Toby makes for a tactical escape like Madara did, but if you're curious what actually goes down, the Tailed Beast's gauntlet never happens, and instead Kakashi and Guy show up to help Naruto fight. The war doesn't end for a bit like it does in this game, instead it keeps going. The ending cutscene is Naruto being welcomed back to the village, but it doesn't matter too much since I'm sure it'll just be retconned in Storm 4. When I gain control of Naruto again, I get the trophy for completing chapter 10. Now I'm able to do whatever I want. Like in Storm 2, this game also has a fragment chapter, so I'll work on doing that first. Talking to this frog allows me to pick up chakra fragments. He also gives me a stone that'll change color as I collect them. Chakra fragments spawn infinitely, so I don't exactly need a guide to collect them. At first, I need 500 of them, but each fragment counts as 20, so I only need to collect 25. When the stone changes color, I go back to the frog, and now he ups the limit to 5,000. Once I collect another 225 of these things, the stone changes color again, and I go back to the frog. Now he tells me of an odd fragment located in the Land of Lightning. Also, this game has no fast travel like in Storm 2, which automatically knocks it down for me. There is some fast travel, but you have to talk to certain ninja to go anywhere, which just makes for long periods of going back and forth. It gets boring fast. Once I'm in the Land of Lightning, I interact with the fragment and get put in a mob battle with Sasuke. It's against nothing but Zetsus, which I can just speed by. Now I have a fight against Madara, or I guess now we know it's just Toby, and make the biggest mistake of this playthrough. I need to keep my health above 60% for the bonus condition, but I came in at 86% and only have one ointment to use. I'm struggling to keep my health high enough so much that I decide to just load checkpoint so I can buy more ointments. I thought this would put me before the fight. It put me at the save I made after I beat the game, which is before I collected any chakra fragments or even got the statue itself. Goodbye to an hour of my time because now I need to do that all again. I actually buy ointments this time and easily keep my health above 60% for the fight with Toby. If you're wondering why this bonus condition was so important, it's because I get a Ninja World timeline page from doing it. I'll be needing these for a trophy later, so it's good to get them out of the way when I can. These were the only 2 battles here, so after a cutscene, I get the trophy for completing the fragment chapter. The stone's color changed again, and when I show it to the frog, he ups the limit to 10,000. This is the final amount that I'll work on as I do other trophies. One of those being cleaning up boss battles. In the Ninja World timeline, I can replay any past fights I've done, including new fights that get unlocked by collecting timeline pages. One new fight that takes place after the fragment chapter is a boss battle that was originally DLC. It's Sasuke and Itachi versus Kabuto. The first phase, I'm playing as Sasuke, then after the first cutscene, I switch to Itachi. Once Kabuto starts healing, a secret action becomes available that I can cause by chakra dashing at him. I get more stars, but I'm still missing one. Thankfully, there's one more cutscene where I can get more than enough. Itachi puts Kabuto in a perpetual jutsu, and I see the secret factor, which is the last one, so I get a trophy for seeing all secret factors. I also got an S rank, which gets me the trophy for getting an A rank in this mission, and the trophy for getting an S rank in this mission. While that was the last boss battle, I still have to go back to this one where I failed to get an S rank before. I'm still doing the legend path, just this time, I'm making sure to use ointments to keep my health full. That simple change gets me an easy S rank. Unfortunately, I can't just do the first fight only. I have to do the second fight again too. I still get an S rank, which finally gets me the trophy for getting an S rank in this mission, as well as the trophy for getting an S rank in all boss battles. While I'm at it, I'll go ahead and do the first boss battle against Sasuke again too. I already have an S rank here, but now I need to choose the legend path. There's a secret action here that, while similar to the one in the other path, is considered a different one. Pulling it off gets me the trophy for performing all secret actions. With all of those done, let's work on completing the Ninja World timeline. First, I need to talk to Shikaku so the scrolls will appear in the overworld. They're all over, and collecting them will fill out the timeline. Think of it like the scrolls from Storm 2. Some requests will also give me pages. While collecting scrolls, I head to the Hidden Cloud Village and get a trophy for visiting all villages. The last page I need is from the frog statue, so after collecting my 500th chakra fragment, I talk to the frog to complete the request and get the trophy for completing the Ninja World timeline. Before I tackle all the DLC missions, I'm first going to buy a bunch of ointments and use a coupon to get them cheaper. This gets me a trophy for using a coupon. Okay, now let's get into free battle and take on the challenge missions. These were originally DLC, and my best way to describe them would be comparing them to Metal Gear Solid's VR missions. There's 100 fights in total, split between 10 levels, with each fight having different opponents and conditions. I can use whoever I want and bring items, which makes the difficulty of this not as bad as you think. Instead of going over all 100 missions, I'll go over a few notable ones. I have my first mission where we both start at 1% health, and this is where items come in. I can use ointments to immediately heal, so I don't have to deal with that condition, making fights like these a joke. After every fight, I get a piece of an image that'll be completed once I finish 10 missions. After I finish every mission in level 1, I complete an image and get a trophy for collecting 10 image pieces. During a level 3 mission, I have the bonus condition to use a team ultimate jutsu. I end the match with it and get a trophy for finishing a fight with a team ultimate jutsu. During a level 5 mission, there's a condition when neither player can use substitutions. I abuse this by doing long combos and win the match flawlessly. This gets me a trophy for winning a match with full health. I know that sounds weird because I've definitely won at full health before, but that's because I used items. I think I had to take no damage during the fight for the trophy to pop. The level 5 boss mission has a unique condition where I have to defeat all enemy support characters. The way I do this is by either having that support character take an ultimate jutsu if they're a balance type, or in this case, hit the opponent off the stage so the support catches them. Some stages have a dropout icon, which means they have walls I can break by hitting the opponent into them a few times. I failed a bunch of times since I can't see Itachi's health, so I'd win by accident. I switched to Naruto since Rasengan has a lot of knockback. I hit Itachi off and Danzo saved him, but he didn't leave. So I just decided to wait for his support gauge to get high enough so Danzo would take an ultimate jutsu for him. I was stuck on this fight for a bit. When I finally beat it, I get a trophy for completing 50 missions. During a level 8 mission, there's a condition where I can only win by hitting the opponent off the stage. I choose Naruto again and sacrifice Hidan to Lord Jashin to get a trophy for winning a match like this. During a level 9 mission, I have the worst conditions so far. I again need to win by hitting him off the stage, except now he has 2 balance supports that'll save him, and his attacks seal me. What this means is if he hits me at all, then I'm locked out of using chakra for about 15 seconds. So no chakra dashing or Rasengan. I'm assuming the devs knew the difficulty of this and at least made it so Mifune gets reanimated if I accidentally kill him. Even then, this took me 25 minutes. I needed to put on the best items since the winning attempt still had me in here for 10 minutes. The level 10 boss mission is honestly kind of a joke compared to other ones I've done. Kabuto's attacks seal me, and when I beat him, he comes back in his awakened form. No specific way I have to beat him, just win. What an anticlimactic way to end this. Winning this match gets me the trophy for completing all 100 missions. Before I get to the last trophy, one miscellaneous thing I've never done is win a tournament. I set up a quick tournament with everyone on easy and win 3 matches to get the trophy for winning a tournament. The last trophy is once again the same one it was for Storm 2 and Generations. I need to hit 30 hours of playtime in Ultimate Adventure. I'm currently at only 14 hours? That's under half of what I need. Okay then, don't mind me having to again leave my console on for 16 hours this time. That's longer than what I had to do for the past 2 games combined. Okay, I'm back after 16 hours to finally get the trophy for hitting 30 hours of playtime in Ultimate Adventure. And of course, the platinum. Can't believe I just had to do that for a 3rd time. According to the guide I used, this game should take around 34 hours to platinum. My PS5 says it took me 96 hours, which is actually just 36 hours, since the other 60 is from Storm 1 and 2. It's funny how even the author of the guide basically said the game is short, and the time is only because of the 30-hour trophy. I have to agree, since I figured I'd have to wait like the other games, just not 16 hours worth of waiting. From the time I spent actually playing though, it's a fun game, a bit short if anything. Although I am so salty about them lessening the amount of movement in the open world more and more each game. Can't wait for Storm 4 to just be button options.